turbo with the exhaust vent.
All in one piece.
Beautiful. So I gotta dismantle the turbocharger to put in a new one. I gotta reuse everything but the charger itself. I got a spare part for that. After 17 years, this comes off with no problem. We're gonna dismantle the compressor side here. And one of the important things I gotta do now is mark the alignment so I know later on how to put it back together. So I'm scribing a line here over the full length. I'm gonna give them a little tap here with a center punch as well. Now we're gonna take the rest of this thing apart.
Up close.
So I got the actuator off here. We're going to reuse all of these components, and you can see why I'm actually replacing this turbocharger. You can actually see here that the turbine started to rub, okay? So it has developed so much play here in the shaft that it's startup, and when stopping it probably slipped every time. It is still good. This is not a lot of play, but I don't think the rubbing is all normal.
But we only replace the inside.
We replace the actual turbocharger, which is this device. Okay, just bend it open a bit for now because I don't have time to mess with that bolt. The hard part is to get the turbocharger out of the core, and in order to do that, we're going to take it down to Pirmasens, to Robin, put it in his forge, heat it all up, and knock it all out.
That's how we're going to do it. Whoa. Coming up.
Very well, Robin. That was perfect.
Well,
that heel was inserted with the precision of a blacksmith.
Yes.
So that's the next thing we're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Next to my supercharged V8. So this is a fountain you made.
So that's a model Robin made first. And that's the fountain, which goes to a customer, right? To a private home.
What about the ball? Do you have it already done?
Yeah, Robin made a book.
There is a book part of it. Look how nicely that is made. It's heavy.
Yeah.
You hold it.
You know, if I let it drop. So that is a year, not a house number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And what's then inside the ball?
A tree.
A tree.
Yeah.
How's that looking then?
Oh,
this is really awesome.
That's really so. Robin forged
So how do you make such a ball?
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, so Robin didn't come home this weekend. So what do we do?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's an indoor guardrail.
But I hope they don't have any kids.
Robin, I'm gonna hurt myself. Okay. Oh, so that is on the wall.
Yes. Yeah.
It's in a corner.
They
cool.
don't have some 3-year-old playing there.
Everything up here is curled, so you can hurt yourself.
Yeah, which is very important.
Very nice.
So hold it steady.
Cool. Very cool.
Really
stuff.
cool.
And this is also part of it here?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So a lot more pieces. So somebody is getting all this entire
Look
wall.
at that, look at the surface. You know, that's supposed to be a tree.
Is that self-made?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you hammered this pattern into it?
Yes.
And you did all the forge work?
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
I seriously think I have to remachine that surface from the turbocharger because the grooves and the rust is so deep that I'm worried that this is not going to seal anymore. First one done. Now, that is a success. Okay, I drilled them exactly with 8mm, so there's a little bit of the core left. It takes the tension out, and you can see how nicely I hit the center. Just perfect. I saved all 3 threads, but it took me now 3.5 hours. That was a lot of work. So, got this all machined. This looks excellent now. So, I think I need about half an hour before I need a camera girl again.
Oh, okay.
Look how nicely I got this done. It only took me 3.5 hours now.
Yes, and I was sent away. I wasn't allowed to be around.
It was a critical task. And I broke a tap off and I broke a drill off. And then it was a debacle, but I could fix it.
That's great. Are you even filming?
Yes, here. Here you can see the full debacle, how hard it was to get these out. I cut them off, then I drilled them out, and my solid carbide drill broke in one hole off camera. So I got real lucky that I could extract this.
So I am allowed back into the workshop.
Yeah, the critical tasks are over. Now I can use company again.
Christian, something fell out of my turbocharger.
No, it was
Yes?
my air nozzle.
Oh, thank God. That's a weird looking piece. I didn't know it belonged to my car.
This is the turbocharger vane actuator. Okay, look how beautiful this part looks after 17 years. This is stainless steel, this little actuator. You can still read every number on it. It's just gorgeous.
I have something in the way here. Can we remove that? It's stuck. Yes, you don't need your tripod anymore. Cleaning the bracket.
Now we're gonna install the new turbocharger. It comes with a new gasket. Then the turbocharger. And what we gotta do now is transfer the setup of this little actuator. Are you pinging again?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, over to this turbocharger. If this stroke is not correct, your boost actuation will later on produce a fault.
I have to say, here on my camera, the old turbocharger looks much smaller than the new turbocharger.
So what I do to set this up is I measure here from this reference point to this surface, and it's 23.36. That's the dimension I want to adjust here, 23.36. See? So what I got to do is take this end stop screw here and mess with it.
Oh my God. So, and of course, with aftermarket parts.
The set screw was too short to adjust it into the proper range. So we got to install a different kind of a set screw here, which is a little longer. That's the one which came with it.
Thank God we have an assortment of set screws.
Okay. What was the dimension I wanted?
23 point something.
24. So it's a little
less.
too much. Put this in. 23.6. If I would have a third hand, somebody could turn this.
Okay. Oops.
It's good.
Now you screwed up.
Okay, it's gotta be tight. Let me check my final setting if it is still correct. 23.27. Now the original one. 23.28, 25, 31, 33. So it's good. It's within 1/10 of a millimeter. Setting is transferred. Ryan.
Yeah.
What's important is that this here also has now a nice and solid stop. You don't want this bottoming out on some edge of your set screw.
Oh, that's why you had to remove the tip.
Yeah, so this is looking good.
Yeah.
And it's ready to install. See how I got this face now nicely dressed up?
Yeah.
This is now supposed to be very simple.
So we're gonna wait for the compressor to turn off.
So now I gotta fumble these two together. There's a little alignment pin right here. That gotta hit this hole. And this key gotta go into this slot. So I got these components marked. So I'm gonna put it together now. And probably end up doing this 3 times and off camera. And then showing you how great it worked. Okay, I got this in. I would say that's in the hole. So I got a piece of brass here. Looks like it went in nicely. And this is actuating. I think that's down. We can fasten it down. Put these bolts here back in.
The old ones, of course.
I mean, who would use new bolts? These are also absolutely high quality components. Every single part cleaned up just nice.
Yeah. So I better get the torque wrench. So I need the torque wrench, 10mm socket, and an extension.
So we're gonna torque these to 11 Newton meters.
And of course, once you install it, you keep that plug. You will need it with your next engine out and body off repair.
Now I put this O-ring on here. Came with the turbocharger. Very nice. And now I put the housing on, which I perfectly cleaned up before. Once I have this on, I need to do the alignment, which I marked here. There's a mark. Now I gotta put a couple more bolts in, and then I lock it in this alignment. Okay, it's a little confusing. And this mark gotta be one line up to here. All this gotta go back together. Very simple. There's my alignment back in position, and I'm gonna tighten it just like that.
Okay. Oh, he had to cut a bit.
Yeah, I gotta grind the burr off.
Oh.
This gotta be the tiniest ratchet you have ever seen, just admit. And it still don't fit.
Oh my God.
I got it in. This is M6 in aluminum, and we're gonna give this exactly 10 Newton meters. So 9, 10, click, click.
Oh my God.
10, 10 and a half, 11. Oh, we wanted only 10. Oh. The turbocharger should turn now.
And?
Without rubbing, that's good.
Rubbing is never good.
Let's put the actuator on first. So this does not get any kind of lubrication, which is very unfortunate.
Really?
So this piece, you can actually get a repair kit from Land Rover for 220 euros. What a bargain. Cluck.
I got the click.
Okay, and this here, without any lubrication, goes on here. Okay, this is an M5. Let me think if I got it right. Maybe it has to be over here.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, look.
Take pictures, guys.
It's got to be over here. So I would have screwed that up big time.
And I would. Oh my
That
God.
would take the body off.
When you buy aftermarket, things don't fit perfectly sometimes, and you have to adjust and.
So we make our little lever.
Yeah.
Because it collides with the bolt. So
You
see now it has clearance here.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't hit the bolt anymore. So now this is now the correct alignment. So by the way, guys, this is the noise you hear when you turn off your engine. Your car goes. And that's the test cycle of your turbocharger actuator. So if you hear that noise, everything is good. Okay, now we gotta install this piece. What the hell?
What?
I got confused.
Oh my god. It's 10 o'clock at night.
It's this side here.
Let me see.
This goes on here. I don't see anything. I see only your camera. Okay.
You don't need to see anything. We fitted a new copper ring. Yeah.
From Aldi.
From Aldi.
Okay, don't want to screw that up. And now I gotta fit this little heat shield, and then I got only 2 bolts left over.
Shit.
Where did they go? But where are those other 2 going?
Oh, you're kidding me. A big one and a gasket.
Well, the big one is the banjo bolt.
Oh, the banjo bolt. I like that name.
But can you explain why it's called the banjo bolt?
Not really.
Okay, it's called the banjo bolt because the other piece, you can play the banjo with it.
No.
Okay, it's called the banjo bolt because the piece where you stick it through looks like a banjo with a hole in the center and the same shape, except you can't play on it.
That is not true.
That is true. Look at the bolt.
It's almost 10 o'clock. And we only have 2 mysterious bolts left over.
We're gonna install 3 new studs here.
That's actually a disaster waiting to happen.
Why?
Look at that.
This is a Bole vise. Nothing drops out of a Bole vise. Studs go in here. Okay, this one is tight enough. And I assume you guys are just as bored as I am because it's 10 o'clock already. Oh, it was just so much work to get those bolts out.
Yes.
It took all my energy I have. Okay, it's good enough.
Yep, we'll do the remaining one off camera.
This bracket gotta go back on here together with this bolt. There we go. 2 copper nuts, no 3 in M8.
Oh, so here's my stash of copper nuts. So I think he says I should take those.
Clean up the surface. There is no gasket here. This needs to be in an as new condition from the day it left the factory. There. This fits quite precisely, see?
Yep.
And I don't know the torque right now, so we torque these in the vehicle.
The engine.
We just have to remember. 3 new nuts. Big debacle, almost a divorce. But I bought a gasket kit for this turbocharger. And the gasket kit included a gasket for this position. Honest to God, there was no gasket installed when I took it apart. And I never installed one at this location before. But because it was in the gasket kit, Vera made me take all this back apart and install this gasket. And I think it can't harm. When this is all manufacturing new, they don't put it in because they can hold the tolerance without this gasket. But now, before we get a divorce, I put it in here, put it back together.
Well, his excuse is that he didn't put one in on Fabian's engine.
That's a good excuse. Okay, there was no in on his. Plus, the gasket kit I used on Fabian's engine did not include this gasket. So we got that settled.
Yeah, we got to torque them now again.
Yeah.
We'll do that off camera.
Yeah. Okay, so our turbocharger rebuild is complete. This cost us now 125 euros plus a couple of gaskets and washers and nuts.
Yeah.
And it looks like new. It looks like a new turbocharger.
Yes, it does.
And hopefully the Polish didn't screw that up.
But
wait
a second. Balance, plug and play.
Well, it's a Land Rover, so it's plug and pray.
Exactly. Well, but we have used that cartridge before. When Fabian got a new turbocharger.
And his is still running.
Yes.
Oh, Fabian is coming tomorrow.
Yes.
And he's got a big project. So, I think that completes our video. It's past 10 o'clock. Vera is permanently gone. So at this time, we want to thank our patrons a lot for their support. And we'll see you guys
next Sunday.
Hopefully with something more interesting here.
Yes, but everything is just so much work.
This is the second turbocharger I installed in my life. And I'm only 51 years old. So
Exactly.
every 25 and a half years, one turbocharger. That's not so bad for a Land Rover, isn't it? Okay, so let's take this baby outside.
Don't drop it.
And put it in the vehicle.
What?
Oh no, we said it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I'm done.
Okay, look, here's the next project.
It is? Oh, yeah. Mountain bike.
And 90-degree yield. Now. Very well.
It didn't move a bit.
It didn't move
on my
a bit.
side.
It was steady as a rock. Engine is completely finished. Everything I can potentially put on before I drop it into the frame is now installed. The only thing we got left to do is the flywheel, but it got to come off the engine stand in order to do the flywheel. But I think the day is over. Somebody is really tired.